Good afternoon and welcome to Matador News. I'm Evan Mederos.
And I'm Rachel Benshah.
Weather has been a hot topic across Southern California over the last few days, literally. With temperatures hitting as high as 106 degrees, residents have been taking every precaution. Umbrellas have been a common sight with people trying to create their own shade just to escape the sun. Many parents have been called to pick up their children early from school because of the high classroom temperatures. Parents say children have a hard time studying and learning due to the weather. Many of the students on CSUN's campus say they've been affected by the heat waves as well.
Actually, it's hard to walk from the dorms and back, so I get lethargic.
Try to stay in the shade as much as possible, not try to be in the sun so I don't get burned and stuff like that.
Temperatures have also caused some rolling blackouts across Southern California. Beachgoers trying to escape the heat in Venice yesterday were stuck dealing with dangerous riptides. Lifeguards had to save over 200 people. The riptides are expected to continue today.
Now we go live with reporter Jasmine Dalton with the latest local news.
Thanks, guys. I'm with CSUN Athletic Director Dr. Brandon Martin. First off, thank you so much for coming in.
Thank you, Jasmine.
First question I have for you is just tell us about the Blacktop at the Matadome.
Well, Jasmine, we're so excited about our new visual identity, and the Blacktop is one critical piece of it. And it's a unique court with our new logo. It's a blacktop, so it's gray and black, and it has our new logo in red, and it has CSUN inscripted in the center of the court. And the goal with the blacktop was to just create a better fan experience for students, for our faculty, for everyone in the campus community, as well as our alums. And it's been well received, and we're excited about it.
Cool, that sounds really good. How do you think this will positively affect the athletics department here?
Well, I think first off in recruiting, I think it's going to help us just raise awareness to a lot of the local student athletes that compete in the Valley as well as LA. I think our court is going to show well on television, so even some of the kids that we recruit nationally, they'll get a chance to see our blacktop court featured. So I think number one in recruiting, and I think in attendance. I think a lot of people will have a high interest in seeing our floor and seeing some of the new developments that are happening in the Matadome, from concessions to our new Matador Kids Club, to our new court. We had VIP seating last year, to our DJ. So we want the best fan experience in the Big West Conference, and we've taken some significant strides towards that.
Okay. And will there be any special events to promote the Blacktop?
Yeah, in fact, tomorrow we have, I invited campus, all of the faculty and staff, to join me and my team with a first look of the Blacktop. So that's going to be a 1-hour event where we just invite campus and they can take pictures on the floor. We'll have our coaches there. They can ask questions about the recruiting class, about the upcoming year. So we want it to be fun. We want it to be festive, and we want people to know that we're in this thing together. So it's not just about athletics. This is a win for the entire university and the entire university campus.
Right. Well, thank you so much, Dr. Brandon Martin. Back to you guys.
Thank you.
President Obama says he has no intention of putting U.S. troops on the ground in Iraq. He told the U.S. Central Command at MacDill Air Force Base in Tampa that he authorized an increase in airstrikes.
After a decade of massive ground deployments, it is more effective to use our unique capabilities in support of partners on the ground so they can secure their own country's futures. And that's the only solution that will succeed over the long term.
President Obama's decision came after the Islamic State of Iraq and Syria released a new propaganda video in which they appear to threaten U.S. troops. President Obama is proposing a plan to arm and train Syrian rebels to help fight ISIS. The House of Representatives is expected to vote on that proposal this afternoon. Leaders of both parties say they support the plan, but fear that the weapons can end up in the hands of ISIS.
Scotland is one day away from voting whether or not to remain a part of the United Kingdom. 97% of the adult population is registered to vote in tomorrow's referendum, and opinion polls show a split decision. 51% say they are voting to remain a part of the UK, while 49% are pushing for independence. British Prime Minister David Cameron has promised Scotland extra power in a final attempt to persuade them to remain a part of Great Britain. Some people of Scotland say they are concerned that social divisions will remain regardless of tomorrow's decisions.
A somewhat shaky ceasefire between Russia and Ukraine seems to have taken another turn away from peace. Pro-Russian rebels killed 10 Ukrainians and injured 12 during a rocket attack this morning. The Ukrainian military says 9 buildings were also destroyed.
A 38-year-old woman is scheduled to become the 6th woman to be executed in Texas. Lisa Coleman has been set for lethal injection for starving her girlfriend's 9-year-old child. The family has been investigated for child abuse 6 times. The starved corpse was discovered 10 years ago in Coleman and her girlfriend's Arlington, Texas apartment.
Today, Weed, California residents are coming back to their homes, or what remains of them, to assess the damages left from yesterday's wildfire. Weed, a town of only about 3,000, was severely damaged during the so-called Bulls Fire. Over 150 buildings were damaged or destroyed, including over 100 homes and one of the largest sawmills in the world. Most of the remaining structures from the fire were left covered in pink flame retardant. Firefighters say that the fire is mostly contained. Officials have reported a few injuries, but no deaths as of now. The cause of the fire is still under investigation.
And now for the latest Apple news with Amy Martinez.
Thanks, Rachel. Apple is releasing the new iOS 8 software today. The free download will be available to all iPhone 4S, 5, 5C, and 5S users. The new software will include keyboard upgrades like predictive typing suggestions. Third-party keyboards are also available to make the typing experience more lively. Users can now perform basic phone functions like calls and texts using their Macs and iPads. The new iOS also includes a new health tool called Health Kit to allow all health and fitness apps to work together. Calories burned, blood sugar, and other important health information will now be accessible with the touch of a button. A lot of CSUN students don't seem to be aware of the new operating system, but one student says he's taking a wait-and-see attitude.
In the last upgrade, it was kind of like faulty or whatever. If they fix that, then I'm definitely going to get it. Or if they have like extra attributes, and I'll definitely get it.
The new operating system is available now. Microsoft is planning an event in San Francisco in 2 weeks to unveil what is next for Windows and its users. People familiar with the company's plans are calling the new software Windows 9. The new program features are aimed at corporate users and are intended to repair Microsoft's reputation with them. The Federal Reserve has assured investors and analysts that interest rates will remain low for a considerable time. Federal Chair Janet Yellen is explaining the federal plan in a news conference this afternoon. The Fed has kept low rates since December 2008 in an effort to get the economy going again. Economists say the Fed may raise the rates if the economy improves by March 2015. Now we have Ruben with the latest in sports.
Thanks, Amy. The NFL has reached an agreement on changes to its performance-enhancing drug policy. The deal with the Players Association adds human growth hormone testing and changes the length of suspensions. The new policy means 3 previously suspended players are allowed to return this week. The returning players are Broncos Wes Welker, Cowboys Orlando Scandrick, and Rams Stedman Bailey. Minnesota Vikings running back Adrian Peterson has been indefinitely benched. The football player is not allowed to participate in team activities during his child abuse case. His endorsement companies have also dropped his contracts because of his recent charge. Peterson will be arraigned on October 8th. If found guilty, he faces up to 2 years in prison and a $10,000 fine. Here we have Amy with the scoop on entertainment.
Pop singer Rihanna is slamming CBS's decision to remove her Run This Town theme song during the Thursday Night Football NFL pregame show. CBS says news coverage was more appropriate given the current Ray Rice situation, but Rihanna's tweets show her disagreement with the network's decision. The company that owns the licensing to the song said that, in part, due to the misuse and misinterpretation of Rihanna's name and participation in connection to CBS's Thursday Night Football, CBS was not allowed to license and utilize the song. CBS says it will be using newly created music during Thursday Night Football. Beyoncé and Jay-Z may be collaborating on their first duo album. The couple has had many songs and tours together, yet this would be their first official album together. The news was reported right after their successful On the Run tour. The album is due to be released late 2014 or early 2015. Now back to Rachel and Edmund.
Thank you for watching Matador News. I'm Rachel.
And I'm Evan. Have a great day.